Have you ever taken a risk on a Kickstarter game? My friend did, for the game Hidden Leaders. In fact, he's such a nice guy that he even gave me a copy out of the blue. There are 5 reasons that I love this game, and 1 reason that I don't. This is Legendary Tactics. If you're thinking about getting this game, or you're just interested in its strengths and weaknesses, I hope this video will succinctly give you the information you need. The first part of this game that I like is the theme. I love when the theme of a game complements the mechanics. And there are only 2 units vying for control in the game, but there are 4 possible outcomes based on where the units end up. And to me it makes complete sense that the undead want everybody else fighting and dying. Of course, the Hill tribe, that's the green meeple, and the Imperial army, the red one, want dominance over one another, so they need to be at least 2 spaces apart. And the water people, they want to have the armies close together because they're looking for balance. And for some reason, when a game's theme makes sense to me, it feels much easier to both learn and teach the game quickly. I also like some of the humor on the cards that add some flavor to Hidden Leaders. Where this game shines for me is in the balance of power on the cards. The effects are interesting, and there's a nice balance of raiding opponents versus establishing your own hero tableau, or just messing with the gameplay by mixing up cards. Whereas some cards exert a lot of control over the influence board, others are more beneficial in establishing your forces. And the cards aren't too hard to understand, but they are varied, and they offer a degree of strategy that I like in an otherwise very light game. Number 3. The most interesting strategic part of the game for me is that everyone at the table is vying for 2 different factions to win. As the game progresses, part of the fun is that you have to figure out who else is working with you and who's working against you. Some information's public and some is hidden, so where the nuance of the game comes from is in identifying who's doing what and then responding to that. And if you find yourself losing a battle for one of your factions to win, you may need to shift your strategy to the other faction to top the board instead. My 4th reason for liking the game is a practical one. In my collection I have a game for every occasion, or at least I like to try to have that, and this game fills the niche for me. It's very portable, which means I can take it camping or pop it out at lunchtime at work, or even take it on a car ride. If the game wasn't small enough for your tastes, in the Kickstarter edition the designers actually made cards to replace the influence board, or you could do this on your own with just a slice of paper that you fold up. And this intentionally makes it pocket-sized, so the game designers are aware that this is a travel game. Number 5. This game has a really small commitment. When you start a game of Hidden Leaders, it's a nice short game that usually takes about 20 minutes. You could even finish in 15. There are built-in ways to slow down the board leaders, and it feels like you have enough time to get your strategy going, but it still feels satisfying when it ends. In the end, it's fun whether I win or lose. Well, and actually I have to confess that I still haven't won, but you know what, I'm still enjoying playing it. Now there's one reason that I don't like this game. And some games are better at particular player counts, and this is absolutely one of them. Influencing the outcome of the war is a lot of fun, shifting the meeples back and forth. At 3 and 4 players, each card you play makes a more significant impact on the game. When you get up to 6 players, so much can happen before it gets back to your turn, and it seems to take a long time to get back to your turn, that your influence on the board is almost irrelevant, and the game becomes based much more on luck and what other players do. It's still fun as a social game, but if you like a game with heavy strategy and where every single action you take has a direct line to your result in the game, then this likely isn't the game for you. If you like this kind of review, check out my video on 5 reasons I love patchwork and 1 reason I don't. And if you got value from this video, please consider joining our channel and liking the video. Thanks so much for your time.